What's going on, everybody? D-Style Boxing here. Thanks to those joining me live and to those that be joining me on archive. I want to talk about our good friend, Mauricio Sulaiman, the one and the only. All right? I think we all know who Mauricio Sulaiman is. He's the president of the BBC sanctioning organization, the Green Belt. The previous president of the BBC was his father, Jose Sulaiman. Fair to say that it's a dictatorship, regardless of what you hear, that there's a board and they vote and all this other nonsense. Nobody believes that. Okay. But here, I guess there was like some type of like conference that they had, and different journalists were asking them questions. Right. Shout out, by the way, to Puerto Rican Rum. Stephen, how's it going, brothers? Just want to do this. Round one. Let's play this. We're going to kind of go step by step, man. This dude's delusional. What can I say? But let's play it and let's go from there. You know what I mean?
And the other being the franchise championship.
Two hot topics.
Indeed.
And I've gotten a lot of...
So for those that didn't catch it, because it was kind of quick there, Mauricio Sulaiman was asked by this journalist here about the franchise belt, right? And the Bridgerweight situation, right? He's going to touch on Bridgerweight first.
Punches over those two, but I'm very, very, very happy with both. Bridgerweight, we have a WBC champion now. We have a silver champion, international, NABF. And we have a few regional titles already contested. We have great testimonials from fighters.
So far, he's saying, look, we have, Bridgerweight's on its way. We're doing our thing. We already got a champion. We got a regional champion. We got all these different fights going on. We got great testimonials from fighters, okay.
It is clear that there is a gap between light heavyweight, cruiserweight, heavyweight. It's a big change. You go from super middle to light heavyweight, 7 pounds difference. You go from light heavyweight to cruiser, 25 pounds difference. And then you go open-ended for the heavyweight. So this introduction of the Bridgerweight from 200 to 224 is...
So what he's doing, he's justifying Bridgerweight, saying basically, not so many words, it's a big jump. Like the jump from cruiserweight to middleweight, just too big of a jump. We needed a weight class in between. But that's basically what he's saying in a nutshell.
It's already finding a very nice universe of fighters within that range that are smaller heavyweights, that are fast, that are powerful. And the fights that we have seen in Bridgerweight have been very, very good, very competitive. And I am certain it's going to be a very interesting division. There's already a few fights lined up, the mandatory against the silver champion. There's an elite.
Bro, they already got a silver champion in Bridgerweight. They got it all. Okay, in case you didn't know, if you didn't know, now you know. Shout out to Kenneth T, by the way. Pedro del Norte. Boxing Magic Mexide says, how is Sulaiman delusional when he ain't one who requested this fighter to pick the franchise belt? Sulaiman didn't tell them to take the franchise belt. Brother, you got to wait to see what I'm going to say. And you can't disagree with something I haven't even said yet. You're looking at the title, but I hear you. You know what I mean? Stay tuned. Feel free to give me your thoughts. J.O., I agree. Hit the like button, guys. Let's hear some more.
Elimination bout taking place for the second mandatory. So we're going to see very much action in that. Regarding the franchise, same thing. I did my column yesterday.
So before he continues with the franchise, he's saying that. So listen to what he's saying. His argument to Bridgerweight doing great at the moment, his argument is, Hey, we're doing great because, we got some fights at Bridgerweight. We got a Bridgerweight champion. We got a Bridgerweight national champion, international, intercontinental, Americas. We got Bridgerweight all over the place. We even got a Bridgerweight. We're about to crown a Bridgerweight, silver champion. Soon enough, I'm sure you're going to have a franchise Bridgerweight champion. You're going to have, diamond Bridgerweight champions. You're going to have all types of that too, right, Sulaiman? So just it's going according to plan. But telling me that you have fighters fighting at Bridgerweight and getting belts at Bridgerweight and having an opportunity to fight for a belt and saying that they're giving you positive testimonials, it's not really giving us an independent analysis of Bridgerweight, quite honestly. It doesn't prove that we need the weight class. It doesn't mean it's good for boxing. He's just telling us that, we got belts. We're giving away belts. They're fighting for the belts. That's all he's telling us at the end of the day, right? That's all he's telling us. He's not telling us why this benefits boxing. I guess a little bit in the fact that you could jump, right? Oh, you could jump and you don't got to worry about the big jump. But, I mean, Usyk said, nah, I don't want your shit. I'm going to go straight to the top dog, and that's what he did, and he beat Anthony Joshua, right? So, as of right now, the Bridgerweight title remains a JV title to proven otherwise. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I don't know if you all read it or not. Basically, what happens is any change brings resistance. That's a natural. Anything in sports, in life.
Mauricio Sulaiman says that any change brings resistance. So he's already like he knows that there's resistance out there. And I want to, thank everyone that has spoken out against the WBC, has put on that pressure. Let's continue to put on that pressure. And it's not enough at the end of the day, but because obviously they're still doing what they're doing. But that means that he's hearing this. That means that Mauricio Sulaiman knows what's being said. And he knows that, yes, there is a resistance. The problem, the resistance from the fans. Like he's saying, oh, anything new? There's always resistance. Well, there really isn't, right? Like when it's kind of new to have so many, unification fights and undisputed fights like this, at least for a long time. And it was very, very, very welcoming by boxing fans. We weren't fighting tooth and nail about that, right? Well, was anybody out here like, nah, you know what? No, I don't want none of that. Keep screwing us over and keep not unifying belts. No. Like, you know what I mean? No, not every change comes with resistance. Not every change, by definition, is a good change. And by definition, is going to have resistance. Okay? Mauricio Sulaiman presented himself as some civil rights leader. Like, hey, with change. You know what I mean? The people they're not accepting to it. And all these ignorant people, all these ignorant boxing fans need to come on board. Dude. But let's continue.
In school, the WBC has changed so many things in the history of the sport. From 15 to 12 rounds, they booed my father. They threw tomatoes at him. From changing the weigh-in to a day before, from introducing drug testing, from being having the clean boxing program. So many things that are.
No, nobody complained about the drug testing. Let me just make that very, very clear. That's a very popular thing that was done. Are there a lot of guys out there that say, no testing, let them cheat? Okay, I guess, but it's not like people weren't throwing tomatoes at you, okay? The change from 15 to 12, I mean, of course, boxing had been around for a long time. I'm sure there was criticisms for that. You know what I mean? I'm sure. But let's not compare what you're doing now to bringing down the amount of rounds after there was a death in the ring. You know what I mean? Mauricio is like, he's good at what he does. Like, he's really good at kind of making people question like whether or not they got a good point or not. And ladies, we're in the right here. The people that are against franchise, the people that don't like the new weight class, we're not in the wrong at all. Like this is like, we're not. But he's good at making it seem like, you're on the wrong side of history. You know what I mean? You got to accept the change. Like, that's what he's doing right here. Saying.
Changes, it's natural. So we introduce a new concept as any new concept, it will continue to evolve to find the perfection or the best scenario possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just admitted that they're going to make it up as they go. We will evolve the concept and change the concept depending on how things go. They're making it up as they go. He's admitting. He's talking about the franchise belt now. Okay? He is admitting to that. Okay? Somebody get rid of that weirdo ASAP. I got a lot of wrenches on here. Get rid of that weirdo. That little weirdo right there. Get rid of him. Okay? And no need to give warnings or just get rid of them. Just boom, done. You know what I mean? Let me just do it myself. Like I said, I just got to do it myself. Okay. There you go. Stefan got it. All right. Like he likes to use the word concept. He likes to make it sound like this is perfectly normal, but people are losing their minds, right? What he's doing.
What is the franchise designation? Basically to attend those very few fighters of the highest level, which are to take place in great fights that the fans wants to see. Canelo was the first one. Through Canelo, he went as a franchise. He went on to fight in super middleweight, then in light heavyweight, then came back. He requested to fight for the WBC vacant championship. So he did, and he has not used the franchise designation, and he unified the whole division. The other one, lightweight. As I explained it yesterday, it was very complicated 3 years ago. Mikey Garcia keeping the title frozen for a year when he moved up. We ordered several series of fights. Some dropped, some didn't happen, some did happen. We ended with an interim championship. Then Lomachenko requests to fight for the vacant title, which is a great honor. We granted that. He defeated Campbell. Then he requested to be franchise in order to go in and to unify the division.
Jesus Christ.
We accepted that. He fought Lopez. And Lopez requested to be franchised if he defeated Lomachenko. That's the first change in the rule that we had. We adjusted where the designation can be exchanged in a high-profile fight, as it was that fight and as it was with the Cambosos. What happened with the franchise in the lightweights? You can look at it today. It gave us 8.
I want everybody, before I continue, what I want you to concentrate on, right? What I want you to focus on is notice how Mauricio Sulaiman is basically making it sound like this has been a positive, like without, like this has been good, right? I mean, we're adjusting, we're making it up as we go. Obviously, it's a new concept. But so far, so good. I mean, this has been great, right? He went over what, like literally, he just explained that what Canelo accomplished at 175, beating Kovalev and then unifying at 168. He just literally explained that the franchise tag was unnecessary. He literally said he has not used the franchise designation because the franchise designation is at 160. Like he would have, like Canelo would have done all these things anyway. Like, look, first of all, spare me the whole like, well, he was able to, challenge for the WBC because he had the franchise 160. Come on, dude. Like he could have just given him like Canelo was going to get that shot anyway, with or without the stupid designation. That's just the reality. But let's go ahead and listen to some more.
7 fights or the greatest level, and it will continue to give many good fights. I am sorry for the confusion that fans may have. I'm sorry for the confusion media may have. I'm sorry for those who run the statistics like maniacs and say, oh my God, what is this? If you look at all record books, you will always see asterisks in some pages. I stay with the activity in the ring, with the great opportunities to many fighters, and I stand proud. It is not something that is going to happen in every weight category. It's not that. It is not that. So I feel confident and I feel at ease and accept every comment, every request, I will accept it and try to get it for the best. Dillian, is that all, Danny?
Just a very quick follow-up. We regard George Kambosos as truly undisputed, as Devin Haney has the WBC lightweight title.
Yes, Devin Haney is the WBC lightweight title. He's a pride WBC champion. He has grown into being a tremendous champion. He defeated Gamboa, defeated Linares, just had a great outing with Jojo Diaz. As I said, it's a new concept. Kambosos defeated Lopez, who defeated Lomachenko. So I do believe he's due recognition as undisputed champion, and great fights to come.
So let me explain the title of the video. Now that we heard all that, okay? Let me go ahead and explain this to you. So first, Boxing Magic Mexside with the Mexican flag. Shout out to you, brother. So it's really not that confusing. No, it's not that confusing. I could explain it to you. Like, I know what the franchise belt means. I know that it was a designation, right, that allowed a fighter to unify belts while they still have like the regular WBC champion that has to fight the mandatories while they don't, so they could unify and participate in bigger fights because they're such big stars and they're so big, like the superstars of boxing, like the Canelos, the Lomachenkos, and all that. And it has to be requested in order to get it. They've then altered the rule to now, so now you can win the belt. First, it was a concept. Now it's a belt that you can actually fight. If you ask for it, you could fight for it and win, right? So I just explained it to you. I understand the concept. It's not that the concept is complicated, right? When people say it's causing confusion, nobody's saying that dudes are like literally confused. Like, oh, well, what's the franchise about? I don't know what. How do you spell franchise? I don't even know. Like, that's not. By confusion, we mean. What do you mean? Haney is your champion and Kambosos is your franchise champion, but Kambosos is undisputed. It's not confusing in terms of understanding what he means. Like, I know he wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. He wants Kambosos to be the WBC champion. He wants to be undisputed, just like any other undisputed champion would. But he also wants Devin Haney to be undisputed. So I understand the concept. Not all confusion means there's no understanding. Sometimes confusion just means it lacks like common sense. It goes against what we already understand it to be. It's going against our already preconceived notions of what a champion is, what it should mean, what an undisputed champion is, what it should mean. That's the confusion. It's not that it's so confusing that we can't figure it out. Okay? No, nobody's saying that this is some advanced calculus type shit that we're trying to like put the numbers together and like, oh man, so franchise means, what does it mean again? That's not what it means, right? Also, your typical fan is not going to have the patience. People just want to know who the champion is. Once you start explaining, we start sounding like fucking nerds. Like we're like, well, Haney's the champion, but like Kambosos is also the champion. Like they're both champions. It's just like Kambosos is the one that like won the franchise, side of the championship, but it's still equal to like or above what the champion is. But Haney's still the champion though. You know what I mean? So what does that mean about the other divisions? Are they like equal to Haney in terms of the championship? Or like, does that mean that it's a little bit lower than the other WBC champions? Or does it mean that they're equal but franchise is above it? Or does it mean that they're both equal? Like, these are things that Mauricio Sulaiman himself is saying. They're making it up as they go. They're making the whole thing up as they go. So anybody's acting, it's not that confusing. I understand it. Like, I knew what franchise was all about the whole time. As soon as they say franchise belt, I knew what they meant. No, you didn't, because they made it up. How are you going to already know what they meant, right? Now, what's the reason I'm saying that Mauricio Sulaiman okay, is terrible for the sport of boxing. I believe he's delusional in a sense. The reason I'm saying that is because the man literally believes all you have to ask yourself is, did we need all this? Like, did we need Canelo to be the franchise champion at 160 for him to have collected all the belts at 168? Well, Canelo proved he didn't need a franchise label to become undisputed at 168. We saw him do it without the franchise label. We saw Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor fight for undisputed without the franchise label. It wasn't necessary. They didn't have to label one guy the franchise belt and then let Tank become the regular WBC champ and it caused all this confusion. Because let's say this would have happened, okay? Let's say Mauricio Sulaiman, or let's say Jose Ramirez requested to be franchise champion. And Mauricio Sulaiman made him franchise champion. Let's say that happened, okay? For the sake of argument. Now, I want to make this quick. The Ringside Report is going to come out live. I'll probably stay on like 5 or 10 while they're live, and I'll send people over there. But check this out. Let's say this would happen. Let's say they made Jose Ramirez the franchise champion. And then Tank Davis fought Mario Barrios for the regular WBC championship and the regular WBA championship, right? Let's hypothetically. Mauricio Sulaiman would have been asked, hey, why did you have to do that? It caused confusion. Now Tank is saying he's the WBC champion. So is he the champion? Yes, he is. So what's Ramirez? Oh, well, he was the champion as well. But now Josh Taylor requested to become franchise, and it made that fight possible. And because of the franchise, we had Tank, fight Mario Barrios. That was a great fight. And then we had Jose Ramirez fight, it allowed him to fight Josh Taylor, for undisputed. And we had such a great fight because of it, right? There is no confusion. I think it's great what happened. I think it's great that there's two champions. Now, that's the exact situation that happened at 135. He caused this hysteria and this confusion, right? Not that we don't understand. We understand what's going on. I know what he's doing. It's not hard to understand. The confusion is not about understanding. The confusion is about the lack of common sense here, okay? Like, it's going against what a champion means. It's going against like our norms. He's changing it, right? And now, what we always understood, hey, the WBC champion is the WBC champion. But now it's not, forget interim, and now we're going to have two of them, right? And we're just expected to just take the regular WBC champion as a champion like in any other division, and we have to also accept the franchise champion like a champion like in any other division, right? So they have two. But that's what they're doing here, okay? Mauricio Sulaiman is acting, guys, like if it wasn't for him, like, listen to what he said. He said, Mikey wasn't fighting. He was a WBC champion. We had all these fights, all these fighters, all these contenders, and we didn't know what to do. It was a mess. But then I introduced franchise and everything got fixed. Like, he's making it sound like look at what he said. Like, oh, look at all the great fights we had. When we did franchise, we had Lomachenko against Campbell. We had Lomachenko against Lopez. We had Lomachenko against Cambosis. We had Haney against Linares. We had Haney against Gamboa, right? Whatever, right? Haney against, Jojo. Like, he's taking credit for these fights. Like, he made these fights possible. Like, without him doing this, we wouldn't have these fights. Like, everything would have been on limbo, right? Where all you had to do was allow Lopez and Lomachenko to fight for the WBC belt, and then make Haney the mandatory of the winner of that fight. And then all these issues are resolved. That's all you have to do. You have to do anything else. You have to upgrade Haney to WBC champion, and then that's it. Just caused hysteria. Maybe I should use the word hysteria instead of confusion. Why is it that in all these other weight classes we didn't need undisputed? We didn't need, I'm sorry, franchise. Like he sees what's going to happen anyway. He makes somebody franchise, and then he acts like that act made all these things possible, right? Because he gave Canelo franchise, that caused a chain of events that made Canelo become undisputed at 168, right? And he's like, the WBC had a hand in that. No, because he didn't even campaign for undisputed at the weight class that you made him franchise in anyway. He didn't need that. It would have happened anyway. Point blank, period. The Haney situation, we would have been better off if you just made it clear that, yeah, you know what, Loma, you could fight Lopez, and the winner of that fight, just so you know, you have 12 months, okay, to make a fight with the interim champion Devin Haney. He will be the mandatory. That's all you have to do. Point blank. Literally, that's all you had to do. And it would have been a much better scenario. Like, all you have to ask yourself is, did him doing undisputed cause any good? Did it make things better? And the answer is no. The answer is a definitive no. And shout out to Joe Lopez. Check this out. It's right here, brother. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? And then I got the Mike Tyson one. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there you go. Got the gifts, you know. I'm being followed by Chavez now. Shout out to Chavez. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. There shouldn't be like here's my problem with undisputed. I'm going to be very, very frank with you. Okay. Like, here's the problem. No fighter should be able to request something that gives them a pass to fight mandatories. No fighter should, like, he basically tells us without telling us, but he tells us that there's certain fighters that become so popular and make the WBC money. Okay. They bring money with their, sanctioning fees and stuff like that, that we're going to give them a pass. I mean, they're so popular that we should give them a pass for not fighting the mandatories. Well, no, we shouldn't be doing that. I don't understand. Like, and Boxing Magic, Mexai, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. I don't think it makes it right because you have to request it. What does that even mean? That's like saying, like, hey, so can I become the franchise NFC champion, so I could just, we got a popular team, we just go play in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Look, we've had a great season, and I just feel like we should have the right to just go play in the Super Bowl. We're requesting it, so it makes it okay. Well, we don't do that in any other sport. Like, can you just request to be in the final of Wimbledon? Like I don't think you could do that. You know what I mean? The U.S. Open, well, I'm going to request it. I'm Tiger Woods. I bring the ratings. So, I have achieved the highest of heights. Like, nah, sit down, Tiger Woods. Like, yeah, he has a lot of masters, and he's accomplished a lot, and he has a lot of stuff like that. But no, you don't get to just request anything. You don't get treated like you still got to go through the gauntlet. You still got to go to a tournament. You know what I mean? And what I respect about what Canelo did this year is that he went there and he fought all these suckers. He just went there and he just snatched a belt from all these dudes. Like, boom, boom, boom. He was active and he earned it in the ring. So I can say, as a fan of his, I'm proud of that. He went out there and he earned it at 168. He didn't need Mauricio Sulaiman, like making him franchise at 160 to do it. Josh Taylor didn't need, and Ramirez didn't need help with that. Castano against Charlo, they fought for undisputed. It ended in the draw, but they didn't need any assistance with that bullshit. You know what I mean? They just did it. Look at everything that happened in boxing that didn't revolve any type of franchise shit. Like, you know what I mean? But he wants to make it sound like he's saved. Like he's the savior. Like Mauricio Sulaiman, He's the savior of the lightweights, everybody. He saved the division because he did franchise. It was in limbo. Everybody was running around like chickens with their heads cut off. And because he allowed Lomachenko to request franchise, it saved everything. It ended everything, like all the limbo that like he tried to blame Mikey Garcia for this. I'm like, what the hell? Well, Mikey, wasn't doing shit, so you tell me you could have just do like a 4-person tournament or just have the number 1, number 2 fight for the belt? Like what? That's what you've always done. That's what's always been done. So I don't get it, man. Okay, I don't get it. And to me, what bothers me is his whole he's proud of himself, and he's like no, like we did. Look, the franchise. Look at what it did for lightweight. Look at all the great fights it brought. Like, he literally believes, like, first of all, you're not a promoter. He shouldn't be involved. A sanctioning body should not be involved with the whole, like, oh, this guy's a big name, so we should give him a pass for fighting mandatories, or oh, this guy is so popular, this, or like, you're not supposed to be involved with that anyway. Your job as a sanctioning body is to, like, you're there, right, to protect all the fighters and to make sure fighters get their shot. That's what you're there, not to do the opposite. You're not a promoter. Let promoters promote. Let Eddie Hearn talk up Canelo. He's so great. He's this and he's that. Let them do it. Let them do that. You know what I mean? Let us, the fans, decide who's the top and who's not. Like, I don't think Mauricio Sulaiman should take it upon himself to say, you know what? This guy's a franchise champion. You want to be franchise champion? Oh, you have to request it, but hey, nah, bro. I haven't liked franchise since day one. The whole concept is ridiculous, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? The entire concept is ridiculous, but hey, guys, everybody go to hold on. Whoa. Everybody go to the link here, man. Let them know. D-Style said, say, yo, I'm here because D-Style HCP stand up. Let them know. But everybody go to Ringside Reporter. All right. They have their year-end awards right now. Okay. Everybody go there right now and give them your thoughts and let's join in, man. Joe Abib, Eric Lord put a lot of hard work. Every Sunday they put on shows for you guys. So everybody go, man. The link is in the chat. The link's in the chat. That's all I could say. Click on the link. Let's head over there. You know what I mean? And enjoy the show, man. And I hope everybody has a good Sunday. All right. I think I made my point. I make my case. I couldn't respond to everybody, but I apologize for that. But I appreciate everybody that chimed in, by the way. Everyone, I appreciate it. And that's that, man. And the chat. There we go. Sorry, I was just typing this here really quick. Everybody go over there, man. I'm going to be over there. So peace out.